you like jumped up right when I was about to switch screens. It looks like you want to say hi to everybody too. Good boy. Opus, thanks for the follow. Thank you. Welcome, my lovely Sir Butley Poopington of Poopington Manor. How are you today? Katana and Becca, how are you? It's good to see you. Scotty, TMK, never gonna change. Welcome. Don't change. We love you for who you are. As for myself, I'm feeling good. I know I'm a little bit late today. I let you guys know yesterday, but my laundry machine is broken, the washer. So I'm just trying to see if I can get someone before the weekend. If not, we're gonna do the classic bathtub wash method, which I do that occasionally. Some of the clothes I wear are not machine washable. So I'm gonna try and see if I can get someone, but if it doesn't work out till next week, that's okay too. It just means I'll have a bathroom clean day. No, I will not be using the washboard. A lot of people have been asking about that. And my washboard should be here next week. It's very exciting. For Gillian, welcome. How are you doing today? Bad hairline, what's up? Oh, he's kind of falling. But he seems happy about it, so I'm not going to disturb. Let's see, any other updates? Oh, Opus! The new follow is a streamer with a big ol' raid. Welcome, raiders. My name's Joe. I play over video game soundtracks, and I also make loop arrangements and sing on top of them. This is my cat, Kimchi, who, unfortunately, buddy, you need to go on the floor so I can play some violin, okay? We have a request already for Dire Dire Docks. But I think before I do that, I'm just gonna do a really quick Kakariko Village. It's a song that I like to start with sometimes. It's just super chill. Arwen, thank you for the follow. That's a beautiful name. Let's see. Abdullah or Abdul Rahman. Welcome. All right, let's do it. Some Kakariko Village. And for this rendition, there's this awesome version by an artist named Juke Remix that I really like to play over. So we'll do that. Thank you again for the raid. always a comfy one to get started with. Once again, thank you so much, Opus, for the raid. Out of curiosity, what do you do in your stream? I made sure to give a follow so I can check you out and see what the stream's all about, but it's always a nice opportunity to let chat know, you know? Kimchi, you're so good in your bed. Also, the legendary Cathedora, thank you very much for a raid as well. I saw that you had a guest on your stream today. I was lurking, but I was kind of running around, so I didn't say hello, but I was there. For Tangiers, thank you for the follow, as well as Einer Dude, Arwen, and Vape My Life. I think you said your name was Charlie for Vape My Life. I'll try and remember that. Thank you for the kind words as well. I really appreciate it. The lovely Jules is in town, and we played a cat box game together. Oh, wow, that... How did the hand get so off? That hand is supposed to be on Kimchi, so we could pet him. Well, that's... Huh. How is it that off? It looks like everything's lined up. Wait, is it bedtime, Jules? That Jules? Oh, now I wish I said hi. I'm such a dingus. Well, Cathedora and Obus, if you're still here, if I can play either of you something, please just let me know. You know I'd love to. We actually do already have one priority request today. I will put the song list, Matt. Don't expose. Oh, it's just petting my violin. I mean, that's still kind of nice, right? Gruntilda? Yeah, of course. I can do that. We're having a very N64 morning because Elton wants to hear Dire Dire Docks. We started with Zelda. We got a nice little N64 vibe. I like it. I haven't printed that music out yet, so I'm reading it off of here. I wanted to write in the chords before I printed it, so then maybe I'll be able to make a loop out of it at some point. For any of the raiders that decided to stick around, thanks for giving me a chance. Again, my name's Joe, and I play over video game soundtracks. I write out all my music myself, so I try to make them all, you know, kind of like my own little take on it, highlighting different parts that I like or adding harmonies. I also make loop arrangements, playing lots of different instruments like the piano, banjo, bass, guitar, accordion, washboard, and I do covers and originals and instrumentals with singing on top of them. So that is the range of what we do here. I hope you consider following and hanging out. Sam, what's up? Yeah, I was saying that we're having a very N64 morning because the next song is going to be a loop rendition of Gruntilda's Lair from Banjo 64. No, Banjo Kazooie. Banjo 64. And Banjo Kazooie is my favorite 64 game, and honestly, might be one of my favorite games ever. It's definitely my most replayed is Banjo Kazooie and Banjo Tooie. Obey is currently at a Vapor Fair. It was just a short test stream, and he is now still busy with the setup. Cool. I hope he's having fun over there. Charlie, I'm happy that you like it. Thank you. I hope you like loops too, because that's what we're going to be doing next. Will, so many friends are here. We got Sam and Capital G. How are you? It's good to see you. Toe, thank you so much for a resub for an epic 30 months. 3-0. Justin, it's great to see you too. Keldon. Y'all are making me smile big. I'm fairly certain I will be doing TwitchCon this year. I always have to check to see if I have any shows with any of the groups I play for here in Nashville, but I'm fairly certain I'll be there. Underwater levels made me so scared, but the music was the best. Yeah, I feel like most games with underwater parts do make me nervous. Like, in Sonic Adventures too, we had a Sega Genesis growing up, and that countdown that they do is so freaking scary. I remember as a kid, like, yelling at the TV. I want to see if I can find it. Sonic Adventures. I think it's 2. Drowning. Dun 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 dun. This? Oh! So scary! No! Stop! So sad. Is that not so alarming? It's terrifying. Oh, here's a nice track afterwards. Before I start Gruntilda's Lair, I am going to turn up the air conditioning. It is definitely becoming the summer heat here in Nashville, and I need to get some cold air going. So if you give me just a second, I'm just going to walk out there, adjust the temperature, and then we'll get into our first loop performance. So I need just a second. Hey, thank you for Wolfren, for the resub for half a year now. Thank you very, very much. Please let me know if I can play you something to say thank you for the resub. If anyone's curious about how I do the song requests, I just ask that in return for song requests, you do anything to help me remain a full-time musician. So if you sub or gift a sub or donate or give bits, I ask for $5 minimum or 500 bits. Then I'll play you anything you want from the song list. But even if I don't have priority requests, I still play music. So you don't need to worry about not hearing music if that's the case. Ooh, Jove. Almost conductor time. And it is conductor time. You did it. Thank you. Hello, Queen, and all good. Hello, Funky Thomas. Aren't you entering chat in the most delightful way? How are you doing? We're about to do a loop arrangement from Banjo-Kazooie. Here we go. I'm loving MILF. Thank you for the follow. Chemical Plant Zone is a banger, especially Joe's version. Thank you. I mean, I have to give most of the credit to Fire Kid on that one. I did my violin part, but the arrangement was all them, and I was just so grateful to get to be a part of it. Speaking of Fire Kid, amazing music duo that I've been lucky enough to be invited to record on some of their tracks, one of which is this friggin' awesome bluegrass version of Chemical Plant Zone. Oh, this is my improv loop from yesterday. I accidentally saved it over the template. I just kind of want to listen to the improv loop we did yesterday. I really like this one. I think I'm going to expand on it and put it on SoundCloud. Thanks for the hype train, you guys. Got the door. Oh yeah, this is a hup train. For Justin, maybe I'll be brave and do another one today. I'm trying to work up the confidence to do an improv loop like every stream, but I'm getting better at them, and I'm really enjoying them. I want to expand on all of these and make them all available on SoundCloud. I was either going to do SoundCloud or maybe start a Patreon, but I think I'll just do SoundCloud. I don't want to ask too much of y'all. Like, if I ever did a Patreon, I'd want there to be a really good amount of stuff on there to make it worth it, you know? Anyway, let's see here. We're going to do Gruntilda's Lair, which has this nice bouncy do. Can I ask what is VGM? VGM stands for Video Game Music for Funky Thomas. It's my favorite genre of music to listen to, and I decided to make it a lot of my song list because I just really like it. It's a good acronym to know. Like if you're looking on YouTube for like a cool song list, you know, just type in like chill VGM and you'll be greeted with so much. So let's see, the tempo should be something like awesome. Let's get my foot pedals ready to trigger the recordings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 foot buttons in the computer. They're all on input 2, which is the mic, so we're ready to go. I'm gonna turn up the metronome just for this part, and then I'll fade it. once to get my confidence up. This melody. That's it. Okay, now let's see if I can actually record it though. Wolfrin, you want the reprise from Spirited Away? You got it. Thank you, Sai, for the follow. So close. I panicked. I'm thinking of what the last note is. Yes, I should play it. That's the first note. Sorry guys, this one's new for me. That should work. Merdoodle, thanks for the follow. Sorry, guys. Okay, I gotta stop apologizing. Okay. harmony now. What instrument next? Maybe like the accordion? I want to redo one of the Mando lines. That note is bugging me. Okay, let's get the washboard and then violin. I like how this is coming along. Dino Berms and Hurim, thanks for the follow. The kick drum too? I forgot it would pitch the bell. That's kind of funny though. Egg. It sounds kind of shanty. So what do I want to do for the strings? I might build up the harmony. Let's see. There's so much lightness, and I want like a synthy sound in there. Pencils! How are you today? So what I'm thinking I want to do is just like just one note though.
My brother's girlfriend got me a super fancy knife from Japan, so I've been playing with it. That sounds dangerous, but I'm happy for you. Okay, one more synth part and then I'll finish this up. That's the vibe I want, I think. But I think this concludes Gruntilda's Lair. You guys like it? With that one, I'm really proud of myself for, it was the first song that I did where I made myself do the melody on the banjo. Like, I play a lot of stringed instruments, but the string layout on the banjo is the hardest for me to understand when I'm trying to like pluck out a melody. When you strum it, it's an open G chord, so the spacings are kind of everywhere. Oh. Colony 9 from Xenoblade Chronicles. How lovely. Maybe I'll learn this one for you guys. Yes, Kimchi's being such a good boy. I'm very proud. So I see next we have the reprise from Spirited Away. That's not this binder. Oh, I'm gonna say it, which I'm gonna regret. Is that it's never gonna happen. I gotta sneeze. Oh, I might need to blow this nose. Sniffle girl. The reprise. So for this one, I really like to play along to a lovely piano rendition. Reprise, Spirited Away, Piano. And this performance is by a YouTuber that you can find. Their channel's called Calico, Caliko. And before we do this, I'm gonna blow my nose because I'm losing my mind. It is making me have tickled face. All right, let me blow my nose. I'll be right back. I just need a second. Kind of better. It kind of didn't do anything, but I tried. Lilypad Deadpool, thank you for the follow, as well as Shitotami and Dino Burns. Thank you guys. Let's do some Spirited Away. Now, I write out my own sheet music, and sometimes I write it in ways to challenge myself. This one gets very high at the end. I wrote my violin part to be very high. Might result in some ear blood, but I will do my best to prevent said ear blood. Oh my god, Daniel, thank you. Thank you for a raid. Hello. How was your stream? I really high sometimes too. I okay. You crazy. You wild child. For Daniel, let me know if I can play you something. It's good to see you. Thank you, Paru, for the follow. Let's see. For no, this is from Spirited Away. not that bad. I haven't done that in a long time. I kind of want to review a pass without the music to play it better. It's a pretty line if I can get it. Trying to get vibrato up there. C sharp. Now let's try the really high part. And this might be a disaster, but we're gonna try and avoid said disaster. So if I start on the high part, maybe right here. Oh, we're back in G. Not too bad. Not too shabby. Thanks, y'all, for letting me do a pass of it without the track. I like to do that when I feel like, I don't know, on a certain playthrough, it just didn't hit as well as I wanted it to. Since we've touched on the Studio Ghibli, like kind of, I almost said family feel. I guess both work, right? Let's do Merry-Go-Round of Life, which is another favorite. It's really, really pretty. Making sure I welcome all these familiar names. Jojo, Yelling at Clouds, Dermaki, Ocelot. It's good to see you guys. How's everybody doing today? Pencils, congrats again on that wonderful new set of knives that you're playing with. Please be careful. Merry-Go-Round of Life. This will be played over another fantastic piano performance. This one's done by a channel called Paradise, except instead of an I, you put a number 1 in, and you shall find them. Some coffee. I just realized I'm sipping out of one of the draft merch items. I didn't even think of it. This one didn't make the final cut, but I'm keeping it in my mind for maybe a future drop. Um, for 234, thank you for the kind words. Thank you. Should I just show it? Yeah, well, I guess I should just show it. So I have received officially all of my sample merch. There's one thing I need to fix, but it won't require me to have to reorder and check. It's just a type of ink that was used, which I didn't want. I just don't find it to be very comfortable. Where's my beautiful Xenoblade? Come back. There it is. So, I had this idea. There's the featured art that I've already shown you guys for what our first round of merch is going to be looking like. But I also had this idea of wanting to make a shirt and a design that looks like a traditional Western style shirt, which, you know, usually has like kind of a design here. I guess I can pull up like an example so you know what I'm talking about. And my reasoning for that is because, of course, I live in Tennessee, and I thought that they looked kind of cool. But obviously, I'm not gonna sell just like full button-ups. So my idea was to try and do like, you know, those wearable t-shirt tuxedos? I was like, what if I did a t-shirt Western style shirt? And the idea is there, the design is close, but it just, we're having like some problems with putting it on a shirt. So this is what a traditional style Western shirt kind of looks like. They have almost always these like detailed tops that make certain shapes and the arrows. So I wanted to do that and like put Joe Cleary on it as a part of the merch. And me and Jillian put together this little design. Made it kind of like a violin. Got the buttons and the dotting. And I like it, but I feel like we could do it a bit more within the restrictions of where you can print on t-shirts. That was the biggest issue that we kept running into. So this might be something I'll do in the future, kind of like a small drop of Western styled merch. But of course I will do things based off the reviews from you all. If that's something that you'd like, let me know. If you don't feel for it, that is totally fine. But yeah. Yeah, that was Jillian's idea, putting the F holes in the collar, like collar pins. I thought that was really cute. But yeah, we'll see. The first round of merch has the other designs. Can it say howdy, partner? I mean, that would be on brand. I mean, I don't know why everyone keeps saying fartner. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, merry-go-round of life. That's good, man. I like that. Also, Paru and Little Green Bag, thank you for the follows and the kind words in chat. I really appreciate it. Oh, thank goodness. Too shabby, huh? I got nervous when I saw Passagalio was here. You were such a fantastic violin player, a really beautiful player. I'm trying. I still have been taking a break from my classical lessons with Julia because I've just had a ton of big changes going on around me. I'm definitely going to go back to my lessons, but I kind of need at least another 2 weeks more off. And I'm definitely feeling some of the techniques that I should be having locked in fading a little bit. Sam, you sweet soul. Thank you so much. It's usually 500 bits for a request, but I can play you something if you want, Sam. I'd love to. Hope it's for the better. Yeah, everything's honestly going really, really well. One of the bands I'm working with, we are getting ready to produce our next album. We, at this point, have recorded 11 tracks for the guitar and the bass, and then the rest of us are going to go on a little trip to North Carolina in this beautiful mountain house that one of the guys has like a family connection for. And we are going to set up microphones and do all of the overdubs. So that's exciting thing number one. I'm finalizing the website for the first ever release of merch. I've never done merch before. I'm really excited, really nervous. And I'm getting prepared to do more Irish sets. I did my first Irish gig a couple weeks ago, like last month. And I loved it. I loved it so much. And it looks like we might be getting some more gig opportunities here in Nashville. So very exciting. The Celtic stuff required a lot of my focus. So I had to take a little bit of a break from my classical lessons to work on the Celtic stuff. I would like to do some playing of this track without the background music to lock in some good habits for myself. I was a bit shy. Thank you, Alan, for the follow. Sorry, I was just reading. Trying to figure out what kind of bowing I want to do for these. Pretty messy. I'll fix that with metronome work. Wait, is that what it is? Dun, da, da, da. Getting better. I'm also using a different bow than the one I usually do. Unfortunately, that bow needs to go see the violin doctor, but I know exactly where I'm going to take it to. I've been going to this one place for the past like 7 years, and they're awesome. I trust them entirely with my very special instrument. But anyway, that was fun. That was nice to do. This one's just a little lighter than the bow I'm used to. The other one's similar, but it has a bit more weight near the frog. I'm bad with strings. What's the difference between bows? So, with the violin bow itself, each one of them is very different in regards of like how the weight is distributed across. Typically, as you can see, the frog area, the bottom of the bow is called the frog, is the heaviest point. And as you continue down towards the tip, it does have a thinness that happens to it. But different things like different woods and different weight distributions can make it feel really, really different. So I have a very heavy bow, a very thick wood bow that I use for when I play rock shows. So I can really dig into the string and get a big full sound. But with classical music, I feel like I prefer to use a more lighted weighted bow, so then I have much more control over how much pressure I'm putting in at all times. And it comes down to the preference of the player. Like when a violinist buys a bow, and I'm only speaking from my own experience, don't view this as the total correct, as I'm still learning, but when I was looking at getting myself a new bow, I played the same exact song using, I would say, probably up to 6 different bows. And by playing the same exact song, you'll be able to feel the differences between each time that you do it. And it just comes down to the player's preference of what they feel the most comfortable with. I think their balance points are also different. So the balance point of this bow is right here. What I mean by balance point is you can see it's flat. It's just a straight line. The balance point would be different on different bows. And that balance point's really important for your playing, especially when you're trying to do specific bow techniques like spiccato. That's the kind of bowing that kind of lightly bounces up and down off the string. The balance point is ideally where you want to aim for that. It's the easiest to kind of bounce your bow. I thought it was about the strings on the bow. Oh yeah, the strings on the bow are also going to contribute to the sound. But yeah, that's a little rundown on violin bows. Some people even pay a lot more for their bows than they actually do for the violin itself. Because when you think about it, if I don't have a bow, the violin doesn't make really sounds other than pizzicato. The bow is super important because it's going to decide how that note is being pulled out. So some like super professional violinists can oftentimes have a bow that's much more expensive than the actual body of their instrument. This is why I need to get Teacher Joe drawn so I can like push a button and just maybe have like a little teacher me appear here. I was thinking about hiring someone to do that, have like a little Teacher Joe here, and then maybe something for like hype trains, and then maybe when I do like a live learn vibe. I don't know. I don't know if that's something you guys would be interested in. Let me know what you think about it if you have an opinion. So I got through our priority requests, which means I can just pick stuff at this point. I think I'm gonna pick some nice Final Fantasy. Oh wait, no. Metatron wanted Tifa's theme, so let's do Tifa's theme. Just add glasses in an overlay. Oh, you mean like on the screen? Also, pencils, I don't know what I did, but the pet kimchi hand is now like here. It's not a big problem. I always try to match the dono bar to the curtain so it's like not moving, but I guess I done did something. I don't know. Before I jump into this one, since we're getting close to an hour and a half, I'm gonna take my first break. I like to take a break around an hour and a half just to kind of get my balance going again. And then we are going to jump in right away with Tifa's theme. Fix another... Yeah, there's no rush at all. Yeah, Jove's demonstrating. Thank you, Jove. Close, but... Is there another instrument you want to try? You mean one that I don't currently have? I've been really interested in learning more piano and mandolin lately. I understand them and I add them to loops, but I want to get better at them. Oh yeah, I guess I could just move him. I won't do it now because he's so cozy. You know, I actually do have a violin, a viola. I just very rarely take it out because it's not drastically different from the violin. They share 3 of the same strings, so there's only one string that's different, so I get access to a low C string. And like, you know, there's a deeper tone to it, but I feel like going back and forth between those might be adding in a little bit of extra space needed, and I'm kind of running low on the space department. It is just packed around me. Eventually, I would love to get a cello. They're just quite big, you know? And I would want to try and invest on something that's not like a super beginner. I want to get something with a pretty good tone, but yeah. Upright bass I would love to play, but I've seen the blisters that upright bass players get, and it's so scary. Like, I remember some of my friends at Berkeley who were upright bass players, and they would just have these huge calloused, blistered hands from just plucking and working on those strings. I was like, damn, dude, that looks painful. Are you okay? Luckily, I didn't have to worry about that with my violin and singing principles. Anyway, I am going to take that quick break, stretch, use the restroom, drink some water, and when I come back, we're going to jump right in with Tifa's theme. I did learn the harmony line for it, which is super pretty, so I'd like to play the harmony and then or maybe I'm going to do the main melody and then I'll do the harmony. That's my plan. Thank you, everybody. I'll be back, like I said, in just a couple minutes. Just thank you so much. I love doing this. And yeah, thank you. my goodness, Kate Nip. Thank you for gifting 5 subs. That's so generous. Thank you. Let me know if I could play you something. And also Alpha, thank you so much for gifting a sub as well. I'll put the song list in chat, and if you see anything you like, just type it in the chat and we'll make it happen for you. Thank you guys. Song list bot equals Joe plays violin song list. Very thorough. Oh no, for Alpha, I did Gruntilda's Lair like maybe 45 minutes ago. Could we do a different one? Just because that one takes a long time to build and I don't want to repeat it. Or, I could do it next week if you want, like anytime that you show up. I feel like I'd remember that for you, if that's something you want. Or if there's another song, just let me know. Sorry about that. Okay, we're gonna do Tifa's theme. I had a stream. Sometimes I do live transcriptions on stream. And I wrote out the harmony for this. Somewhere in here. I hope so. Did I move it? Here it is. But yes, I can hook my iPad up to OBS where it shows up on the screen. For Kate Nip, I can't find a song right now. It's up to you. Make something great. Okay. Maybe I'll do some sort of instrumental loop. You know what I haven't done for a while is Traveling with Friends from Dragon Quest. I really, really like that song. It's so pretty. Okay, so we are going to do Tifa's theme. Like I said the first time through, I want to do it, I want to do the main melody, and then I'm going to do the harmony that I wrote out on stream. Writing, stop playing. This one, there's an issue. Let me fast forward and see if I can get a better starting point. extended versions, but it keeps fading out. Alright, let me just get the one that we usually do. I wanted to find one that was twice as long so I could do the harmony for its own take. This one has better sound quality too. Okay, my apologies, y'all. I'm just gonna do the harmony at this point. I'm so grateful to have a cat that doesn't mind when I play violin. My last cat, who you guys know I absolutely adored, Baloo, he was my special little guy, but oh my god, he despised the violin. Given I had Kimchi when I started to pick up to play the violin again, so it wasn't the most easy start for him to listen to. I was pretty bad, and he couldn't even escape from me because when I was living in Boston at that time, I was in a studio apartment, very small, just a cheap thing that I could afford at the time, and he couldn't escape my violining. But eventually I stopped practicing at my apartment because I'm not even making this story up. Many of you have heard me say this before, but I had a fire escape, and sometimes at night I would sit on the fire escape and some other kids would sit on their fire escape and we'd talk And one of them was like, "Oh my God, have you heard that violin player? I hate him. He sounds awful. It's absolutely terrible." And I was like, "Al, that's me. I'm sorry. I'll go to the practice rooms." And he was like, "Oh, no, 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 no. There's no way it's you. Like it's definitely some guy." And I was like, "Al, it's okay. But I'm telling you right now, it's me, and I will do my practice in a practice room at school. Sorry about that." It's very awkward. We remained really good friends though, so it all worked out in the end, I guess. Let's start this from the top. Yeah, it was pretty bad. You guys are being so sweet, being like, "I choose to believe it was another violinist nearby," right? I have a hard time believing Joe hasn't always been this good. No, I in fact have not, and I still have a long way to go, but I'm at least at a point where I'm much more confident about what I bring to the table as a violinist. But yeah, it was tough, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. People would be my partner in like duet class or something, and audibly they would be like, "Oh no." And I was like, "I know, I'm sorry." I'm trying. And I walked into one of my lessons, and my teacher said to the head of the department, "Oh, like I said, I have students of all levels this semester." And I was like, dang, I know, okay. But with that same teacher, we did have one really nice moment. It was my very last semester, and you have to do, I can't remember what they called them. You had to do like a trial or something, and you would have to perform typically like 2 to 3 songs. One had to be a jazz improv format, something a bit more demanding. Yeah, there was just like a bunch of different things. A jury, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I prepped for it, and I had my very last lesson with the teacher who clearly was not thrilled to have me as her student. And I finished my improv jazz section, and she's quiet and she's looking at me. She's like, "I think we both know that this hasn't been easy for either of us." And I went, "Yes." She goes, "But I have to tell you, you do have style. For a musician, that's one of the best compliments that you can get. Because technique, I can learn that down the road. I can keep practicing. But that was like the biggest gift ever that she could have given me, and I was so happy. Goodness, why were you surrounded by such rude people? I mean, I was kind of a nuisance for them, I'm not gonna lie. I think one of the main reasons they allowed me to re-audition and be a violinist at that school was my transcription work, because I came in with these binders of violin transcriptions that I had done for Stefan Grappelli, jazz solos and bluegrass solos and Irish stuff. And when they saw everything I did, they were like, "Okay, you have enough capabilities, but we're going to tell you right now, this is not going to be easy." And I was like, "Bring it on." And it was really hard. I cried a lot. I basically lived in a practice room. I lost a lot of weight. But I did it, damn it. I got that piece of paper, and I kind of won the respect of my teacher by the end of it, so it's all worth it to me. And also, like, I guess you hear so many people reflect on their college time, being like, "I feel like I didn't do anything." I can say that I did a lot in my college time. Was it the happiest time of my life? No. But I made as much, I made sure to gain as much experience as I possibly could while I was at that school, and for that I'm really proud. But anyway, I would like to do, I want to do Traveling with Friends. I really like this song. Makes me really happy. Thank you, Red Wolf. And thank you for my long-term viewers. I know you've heard me tell that story so many times, but I really feel like that 2 years was one of the most crucial times that kind of not only began laying out what my future might look like, but it also challenged me more than I've ever been challenged before. But giving up never felt like it was even in the realm of possibilities. I just wouldn't allow it. I was like, no, this is my passion, and I'm never gonna not have this as my passion, so I have to just keep trying. And again, it was rough, but I'm really happy that I never gave up. Thanks you guys for letting me be a little proud of myself. I feel like I sound so boastful, but I'm also very grateful that my parents trusted me. I remember calling them, being like, "You guys, I want to drop out of music ed, and if I get accepted in the violin program, that's how I want to finish my degree. And if I don't know if I should stay here at this school." And I could tell they were like, "Oh, geez. Oh." But ultimately they were like, "You gotta do what you gotta do." And I'm so grateful that they supported me. I'm very much a daughter where I really, it means a lot to me to make my parents proud. So I'm very grateful they gave me that chance. All right, I think that's the end of our story segment. I would like to play for you a loop arrangement of Traveling with Friends from Dragon Quest II, and I love it. My first nice violin was a Zuzek. I might be saying the maker wrong. And it was from the I think it was 1920s. And now I have a Wilkanovsky 1930s. One day I might upgrade to get like a super professional violin. Like when you're talking about professional violins, you're looking into 10 grand at least. So I don't even want to consider that one until I'd be able to comfortably do that. But also I want to reach a level that would be deserving of such a high quality instrument. Because if I get better, then I'll know what I'm looking for in a better instrument, you know? I'm glad you seem to have parents whose approval is meaningful. I love mom and dad. This one needs to have a nice bounce to it. You want the Cadillac of violins? Yes, sir. I think what I'm going to do, a lot of people think that old violins are the best violins, and like, yeah, there's a lot of, there is truth in that, but I'm going to find a really good maker and buy a new violin, because I play with a lot of groups and I bring that around everywhere, and you know, I play it outside for festivals, and that's not good for an old violin. So when I get a really nice one, I'm going to find a maker and get a really good new violin that will, you know, appreciate and value the longer I have it. I think that's going to be the move. Because I feel panicked when I bring that on stage outside festivals. If there's like a rain cloud or something, I'm like, no, stay away. Get out of here. Okay, let's see. I did something different for this. I think it's best to start on piano, because it really spells out that chord progression. G. Lovely. Okay. Get our little click so I can play in time. If I put it on auto, I can get more volume. That's better, huh? Morning, Charles. How are you today? Thank you for gifting us up. Would you like a Chim Chim Cheree mayhaps, or a different song today? What you feeling? I hope I didn't explode into this part too loud. I think it's okay. How you doing today, Charles? Chim Chim? guitar's out of tune. I'm sorry, I can't let that in there. That's gonna bug me. That's an important note to be correct. And that is not correct. Flat. What a mess. I tuned it before I started. I promise I did. Still flat there, huh? Alright, let's do it. Delete out of tune guitar. Get out of here, sir. Next, maybe the accordion. Just getting the balance better. I think what I should do is turn the piano down and then this volume up higher over here. Notes that would be helpful for me. This. I'll just make something up. It's so cute. Oh, that song always makes me so happy. I think it is just such a lovely, lovely piece of music. It just has so much joy in it. I really, really love it. For DCD, I saw, hey, Sandy, thank you. Thank you very much for the bits. Also for Acuronimus, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate you. Tomster for the bits, thank you. Alpha, it's super chill. It just has like a happy village vibe. Very first village that you see in Beauty and the Beast. So, next up we got Chim Chim Cheree, which I can totally do. Where are we at in the stream at this point? We are over 2 hours, so I think I'm going to take another quick break, you guys. It's been really good for me to have like a little break after an hour to just reset. And I'm never gone for more than like 2 minutes, so we're gonna do that. And when I get back, we'll jump right in with my loop arrangement of Chim Chim Cheree and maybe do some more singing after that. I haven't done, I don't think, any singing yet today, which that makes me nervous. That means this voice got to warm up. But I'll just need just like 2 to 3 minutes and then we'll get right back to it. Thank you, everybody. y'all. I just noticed that we only need 8 more followers, and then I'll hit 43,000 followers on Twitch. That is insane. I can't believe we're getting up to the 50,000 range. That is so unreal. Thank you everyone so much for helping me get these things higher. It's really amazing. 7 more followers until 43,000. Thank you, Elf Riot. Thank you. Oh, this is very exciting. It has been such a wild ride here on Twitch, and I never ever thought that this was gonna happen. I just started on a whim one day as I was lonely, and I didn't have a camera or a mic. I just used my MacBook camera and the Mac mic or whatever, and I just did scales. That was literally all I did. And whenever someone would come in, I'd talk to them, and it made me feel better. So the black binder is what I need. Over here. Chim chim time. Get your blue waltzes ready. Let's see. Wait, rip? Oh, yes, it didn't work. Huh. That's weird. Is that like a permanent thing? What's an albatross? Is it like a bird? I hope I didn't just make myself sound so dumb. Might have. McCloud, welcome. A big bird. Cool. A seabird, yes. I think that's why I kind of knew what it was. Because my parents live by Cape Cod. So yeah, 154 is my suggested tempo. Zeri! Oh, that's a pretty satisfying number right there. 3, 2, 1. You are the numbers king. A big bird with my voice. Noise. Let's see, 54. Maybe I'll do 56, just a little faster. No, we'll stay there. Papa, that's how it goes. Oh yes, Paris is Burning. I've been having a craving to do that one. Let's do it. Maybe, oh, I know what I should do. I'm raising the volume on the wrong one, that's why. I'm just gonna increase the gain so you can hear the finger picking guitar a bit better. For the Bull G, welcome. I'm doing good, how are you? means I need 6 more followers before 43,000. I screwed it up. Let's try that accordion part again. me too with the egg, like first singing of the day. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim tree. A sweet is as lucky can be. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim tree. Good luck will rub off when I shake hands with you. Now as the ladder of life has been strung, you might think it sweeps on the bottommost rung. Though I spend me times in the ashes and smoke, in this whole wide world there's no lucky up where the smoke is a billow curve, between pavement and stars is a chimney sweep's world, where there's hardly no day, hardly no night. These things half in shadow and halfway in light. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim tree. A sweet is as lucky can be. Nowhere is there more happy crew than them what sings chim chim tree, chim tree. Chim chimney, chim chim tree, chim tree. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim tree. A sweep is as lucky can be. Nowhere is there more happy crew than them what sings chim chim tree, chim tree. Chim chimney, chim chim tree, chim tree. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim tree. A sweep is as lucky can be. Nowhere is there more happy crew than them what sings chim chim tree, chim tree. Chim chimney, chim chim tree, chim tree. Boop, boop, bop, bop. Kimchi, knock on wood, but you are being such a good boy. I'm so proud of you, buddy. You're so good. Love you very much. Love the kimchi bimchis. I'm really stuck on the song I keep singing to him. That's so dumb. You know how you make up songs for your pets? And I feel like I gotta do him better by doing a better song. But right now I just go, Kimchi Bimchi USA. That's it. He deserves better than Kimchi Bimchi USA. But damn is it satisfying to say. The Kimchi Bimchi USA. Baloo had like whole operas written for him. So I'm gonna think of something better for you, buddy, I promise. But for now, we're having fun with it. I think he likes it. A very patriotic cat, yes. Let's see here. Elfin lead. I feel like I remember how that goes. It's like a... No, that's not right, is it? I can't remember. It used to be on the song list, but unfortunately I had to take it out because it kept getting muted in the vlog and the VODs. They said it was a potential copyright problem. So I was like, meh, okay. Okay, we're gonna do Paris is Burning. This one is a bit peculiar. I really enjoy listening to especially female artists that just make things that are so unique and different. And St. Vincent is just so freaking cool. And I absolutely love this song, Paris is Burning. Again, this one's kind of odd. I hope you like it. We're gonna actually break out the electric guitar for this. So let's open it up. And Ableton Racks. I'll just put a clean tone over, what are those called? Plugins. So the guitar is over here. Yeah, so we're gonna add a plugin for that guy to make it sound nice and clean. Cure. There it goes. Using my monkey feet to pick up this cable. I made a system that, oh my gosh, 4 years and 8 months? That means I'm gonna be a 5-year streamer? What? Oh, that makes me feel so old. That's amazing. Thank you, pencils. Alright, this seems to be a cable issue if it's not sounding. Maybe if I put it on auto. Sorry folks, I'm having a cable issue here. Why aren't I hearing the electric? Is it because of this? Fix, please. Is this cable? I mean, I can do it on the acoustic guitar, but I don't know why I'm not hearing it. Oh, there it is. Oh. let's give this a go. For Galaxy, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Let's see, so for this I need to delete these strings because I'm going to do that live. I've already pre-put in some, what's what I'm looking for? Some, not synth drums, electric drums. And I recorded just a little synthy guy. It's not your turn, Belle, you gotta wait. My goodness, Galaxy! Thank you so much for gifting 10 whole subs. Oh. I'm going through different bass amps. I kind of like this one. Sorry guys, I'm kind of confused. Let's try that, I guess. the best one. Now I need to play with this amp sound. Let's go back to clean. No fuzz on that. That's okay. We'll work with it. Thank you guys again so much for being patient with me there. And for the 10 gifted subs, Galaxy, thank you so much. Thank you. Let me know if I can play you something. Is that some cool synthies? Like that sound. I usually do like a more synthy tone for that, but we'll just go for it. Because that sounds fun. Yeah, that's so spooky. So the first chord is a D minor. Something's wrong with my gain input. I'll fix it after this song. But that sounds pretty cool. Let's add string time. USA. That's what the problem was. Oh, now it's all wicked loud because I made adjustments. Okay, that's better. but I'm gonna have to tweak some things around, y'all. Mr. Pixar, welcome. How are you today? Young at heart, thank you. This is not the resub you are looking for. Move along, move along. But I still am grateful for it, so I want to look at it and say thank you. If there's something I can play for you, Young, please let me know. I'm probably going to be closing our song list relatively soon, so the last call for priority requests is out there. And we are going to just take one last quick break as we're reaching our third hour here. I think I might run down and eat some pretzels or something real quick. I'm hungry. And yeah, then we'll just do a handful more tunes and call it a stream. Thank you everybody again so very much. I really am grateful that I get to do this, so thank you. I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Thank you. I'm back. Thanks y'all for letting me take a longer break than usual. I was feeling hungry, so just was snacking a little bit, getting some energy back. And now I'm here. Hello. Thank you for the new follows from Mr. Pixar and Scarecrow? Oh, Scarecrow. I get it. We got there. You know what? Well, first let me check priority requests because I was supposed to do one, right? Oh no, I caught up to everything. I could have sworn there was like another thing I needed to do. I guess not. Also, let's check my followers, you guys, at this point. We might have done it.
There's people that have been queuing here
Oopsie.
for a very, very, very
I think we might have hit... No, we need 3 more followers. If I get 3 more followers, then I will hit 43,000 followers on this channel, which is incredible. Now I just need 2 more. Thank you, Pandicle Jake. Thank you. Let's see if we can get these 2 before tonight finishes up, huh? And I think I'm just gonna go back to doing some video game tracks. I feel like I need to wash my hands after those pretzels for some reason. Let me go... Sorry, let me go wash my hands. I'm fixated on it. Okay. My hands are clean. I'm very particular about making sure that my hands are clean whenever I touch the violin. I mean, with any of my instruments really, but very much so for the violin. Let's do some Final Fantasy. I feel like just hearing it as our background chat made me really want to do it. So this was my second of 2 streams this week. I took off some time because one of the bands I'm in is recording our next album. So we were in the studio from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Monday and Tuesday. And for that being such a long period of time in a small space with like no windows, it was really fun. I feel really good about what we accomplished, and I'm excited to get to show you guys the album when it's all complete. So there's lots of good, exciting things happening and all on the way. Per Peter, welcome. How are you doing today? I would like to do a Head on Our Way from Final Fantasy VII. Oh, the ad blocker stopped working. It keeps like working and then not working. Let's say pause on this thing. Bummer, dude. They usually figure out a way around it. Dixie, thank you so much for another 10 gifted subs. Thank you. Is there something I can play for you? Also, making a comparison to your line, April, is like the best compliment I could ever ask for. I love that anime. I've watched the whole thing 3 times through, and I just think it's such a beautiful, beautiful show. Speaking of your line, April, maybe I could try and do like a classical piece. I haven't done the Salute d'Amour for a long time, so I'm probably going to be real rough with it, but I kind of want to try.
Balance.
Oh. You heard nothing. I don't like this one. Let's do this accompaniment. I gotta get back to you. I promise I will. Kind of rough. Let's see. Let's try it again. I really want to get this nice. Definitely need some practice. I haven't played that in a really long time, but it's one of my favorite pieces. I think it's so, so, so beautiful. Thank you again, Galaxy, for gifting out like 30 subs at this point. You guys, we did it! We've hit 43,000 followers on the dot. It happened. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Oh, that makes me so happy. You guys are the best. Thank you. How about I do a couple more here? I'm liking this kind of like pretty instrumental vibe. So I want to do Eyes on Me from Final Fantasy VIII. I'm kind of having a craving to do Monster Hunter World Stars Above Our Backs. It is such a beautifully orchestrated piece of music. It is so nice. Anyone have any Friday night plans? Because I actually just remembered that I do have plans. I don't really go out that much, but since the band I'm recording with was in the studio all day Monday and Tuesday, we're going to have a nice little campfire hangout on Friday to celebrate all the work that we done. So I'm really excited for that. It'll be my first campfire of the year. Oh, I thought I felt something on the back there. This one's one of my favorites. And it was also one of the first songs actually added to the song list, believe it or not. Mr. Sieur, thanks for the follow. Thank you. Stars at our backs. Oh, are we ready for this epic gloriousness? Well, hello. Yeah, it's morning here. Man, that song is so good. It's so fun. How about, okay, I'm gonna do one more song. And this is gonna be Song of the Ancients Popola. It's a much calmer song. It's one of my favorite video game songs ever. It really touches my heart. So I hope I can do it okay. Popola. Let's see. Oh, I need a version without the singing. As beautiful as the singing is. Is this the one I typically do? I really, really love that song. I just think it's absolutely beautiful. Galaxy! Oh my gosh, you're being so generous. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you. Oh my goodness. For anyone who is new to the stream today, thank you so much for giving me and my channel a chance. I stream 4 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and I'm always adding new things to the song list and trying to learn more instruments and do more things. Thank you, Galaxy. You've been so generous. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And we're gonna find us someone to raid. Helena Meyer is having a 10K party, and we just hit a 23K party here. So I feel like let's keep the follow celebration vibes going. Helena Meyer music. Of course, Selton. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Get an IPA for me. Awesome, you guys. Shiki anime. I'll open a tab for it right now. Alright, you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. Oh, kicking off a hype train. Don't you dare. Thank you, Zeri, for the bits. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Where is it? Now I have to wait for the bar to go down here. Looks like we got 5 seconds, and then we be raiding. There we go. Oh my god, Kelsey. You've made the hype train happen. Does that mean I should play until hype train's over? What to do? Only washboard up until the hype train is down. Like, only play with the washboard? Oh, it didn't even start the hype train. I am an idiot. Oh my god. Okay, let's just raid. Helena Meyer music. There we go. Sorry about that. I am ridiculous. Okay, everybody. Go have a great time. I absolutely adore you. Judge Dreadful, 41 months! That's so many months! Thank you!